welcome to another edition of Moments in the Word. Today I want to ask you a question. What kind of friend are you? Stop for just a minute and think about it. What kind of friend are you? You know, the Bible has a lot to say about the type of person we should be as far as friends to someone else. We should love at all times. We should bear the burdens of another. We should rejoice with another whenever they have done something extraordinary. We should also mourn and grieve with those who are in the midst of grief. We should love at all times, doing our best to make sure that those around us whom we would call friends has what they need and can enjoy life to the fullest. So I want to ask you again, what kind of friend are you? Are you a friend who operates in jealousy and finds it hard to be happy when something good happens to a friend of yours? Are you the kind of friend who operates in what you would want to consider love, but maybe it's not really love or compassion at all? And when a friend of yours is going through a grievous time, you're not even moved even a little to help them through the difficult time. You know, sometimes we think that we're being a really good friend to people, when in actuality we're looking at life through selfish lenses. And what we really enjoy about relationships with other people sometimes is how they make us feel, not necessarily what we can do for them. And you know, that's not really being a good biblical friend. Another area that I want to talk to you about that the Lord has really just dealt with me about a lot lately is the diligence to speak into our friends' lives when we see that they begin walking in a way that is displeasing to the Lord. I've already briefly talked on this a little bit in a previous devotional that we did, and I know that sometimes we're scared to say anything because immediately people say, "Don't judge me. Who are you to judge me? You have no right to judge how I'm living my life." And sometimes that kind of strong response makes us hold our tongue and keeps us from speaking into people's lives when we really should. You know, Galatians chapter 6 verse 1 is a really powerful verse whenever it comes to showing us how to be a godly friend. It says, "Brethren, if a man is overtaken in any trespass or sin, you who are spiritual, restore such a one in a spirit of gentleness, considering yourself, lest you also be tempted." You know, if we're going to consider ourselves to be a good friend, we cannot live by the old adage that says, live and let live. They're adults and what they choose to do is between them and God. And I know right now that is the philosophy of a lot of people. But if we're really going to live our lives and be the kinds of friends that God desires for us to be, then we have to be willing to confront behaviors in the lives of those whom we claim we love. Because how can we sit back and watch people live a destructive life, watch them live a selfish life, a self-centered life? How can we sit back and watch them live in a way that we know is displeasing to God and in a way that we know is jeopardizing their relationship with Him and not say anything? I believe true biblical brotherly love demands that we speak into the lives of those around us whom we say we love. True love is always willing to confront, but we must remember to do it in love and to do it in gentleness and meekness. But we must be willing. Friends, we are in a day and age that is critical, spiritually speaking. And we must be willing to live in a way that we will lovingly confront those who we see taking a wrong path. I believe when we do it right and with the right motive, it may not always be received immediately, but the Holy Spirit can be in the middle of that, and it will give Him an opportunity to take the words that we say, turn them around a little bit in the spirit of those who we're speaking to, and illuminate truth to them. It's never easy. No one wants to be confronted, and none of us ever really want to be confrontational. But I believe to be a good friend, we must begin to make this a habit in our life. So I ask you one more time, What kind of friend are you? And what kind of friend are you willing to be? Thank you so much for tuning in. Join us next time for another edition of Moments in the Word. Blessings.
So much I wanna do. My mouth just keeps on running, but I never follow through.